I was 16 years old, and we went hiking at Old Man's Cave. And one of my friends, Jake Walls, he was 15 at the time. We were hiking, and he actually fell while we were hiking during summer camp that year. And he got transported to Children's Hospital, and he ended up passing away. So that was a very, very huge thing in my life. I actually developed post-traumatic stress disorder because I watched it happen. And, I was left questioning, why would God take that, and why did I have to see that? Another big part of that was the night before we had testimonies around the campfire, and he stood up and he said, God is about to use me for something great. Don't know what it is yet, but he's going to do it. So, we were all just, so full of questions, and we were like, how could you, God, take this kid who's ready to go out into the world? He's 15 years old. He wants to live for you. He wants to do everything for you and show people how much you love him and love them, and you just take him away. So my sister, she's 3 years older than me. She got involved with a guy who just wasn't that great. He didn't have the best intentions, which at the time we didn't realize. And she ended up having 3 children with him, my nieces. They're all amazing. And it just got to a point in time when we knew just something was wrong. We were just like, what's going on? She wouldn't admit she had a problem. She didn't think she had a problem. It was devastating. I had nightmares all the time about her overdosing and dying, and I just thought I was going to get a phone call saying that she was gone, that I would never see her again. Worst of all, that her girls would never see her because they cried for her all the time. It was, you don't understand drugs until you face these kind of problems, and you still don't understand them, but you realize that they take hold of the person, and that person is no longer themselves anymore. It was one of the most difficult things I've faced in my relationship with God. I was like, why would you do this? This makes no sense. You're supposed to, be there for us. You're supposed to make sense of things, but in the end, there's not one moment in my life that I can look back on that I've questioned things when he didn't answer me. And one day, she got on Facebook. That was my only way to contact her, and the rest of my family had given up. Not that they didn't want her to get help, but she posted a status, and she was like, this is what drugs will do to you. I've lost everything. I have no family. My children are gone. I have nothing. And immediately, I messaged her. I was at work. It was a miracle that I even pulled Facebook up. And I was like, I can help you. We can do this. And I actually had a friend at school from my high school, and her mother owns a faith-based rehab in Piketon called Freedom Hall. And she messaged me, and she was like, get your sister here. We can get her a bed today, which never happens. There's always a wait list. She said, I'm ready. And I think it was a last resort for her because she had nowhere to go. She had lost her house. She had been evicted. So we went to Walmart. We got her some essentials because she had nothing, absolutely nothing. When she said that she lost everything, she meant it. And I dropped her off at the rehab, and she told me not to cry and that she'd be okay. And she stayed, and I didn't think she would, and it's amazing. And she is 1 year clean as of December 9th, I believe. So that was a very long-term learning experience. I still have struggles with it. Some days I wake up and question it still, but in the end, that was just God's first lesson teaching me that he has a plan. It's better than my plan. It's better than anyone else's plan. And I just have to trust him, and it's hard. And he knows it's hard, and he understands that, which is awesome that God is so understanding. I'm so thankful for that, because while I do have bad days, like everyone, and like I said, the last couple months have been rough on me, I don't stop pushing forward. Now, some days I might just sit still for a little bit, but then I'm eventually ready to take another couple steps. So without God, it definitely wouldn't be possible. I don't know, I just feel like I've been through the things I've been through because God knew I could handle it and that I would have ways to relate to people So I find it very important to be so open about those things, because I'm not a perfect person. I never will be, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'll probably make a lot more, but I know that God loves me, so that's, what more do you need?